Hey guys, my name is Matsumo, and welcome to your episode of Monday Mailbox. This is a video series where you, the viewer, can submit your gaming-related questions, and then I'll give my humble opinion on them. To get the formalities out of the way real quick, if you'd like to submit your own question that could be featured in an upcoming episode, you can do so by leaving a comment down below, or by sending me a Facebook or Twitter message. The first question really comes from Benjamin, and it is, do you think that the Siege skin design team has given up a little bit? It's pretty frustrating to me because we've seen such great skins in the past, and I personally love to collect all of the cosmetics, but nothing in the past few seasons has even come close to catching my eye. I am so glad that I am not the only one that feels this way. Now, I fully understand that cosmetics in a video game are going to be completely subjective. Some people may actually think that the cosmetic items have gotten better over the years, but I am definitely not one of those people. This actually was something that I looked forward to every single season. Obviously, I wanted to play with the new operators and the new maps, but I actually look forward to the seasonal skins because I thought they looked incredible. And while I don't think that it's gotten to the point where they just look awful, I don't think it's gotten that far, I definitely don't think they're as inspired as they used to be, and I've kind of noticed some trends and themes that they've leaned on over the years. To give you a really good example of this, we have the Velveteen Universal Weapon Skin, which is currently a reward in the Battle Pass, and it looks pretty good. I like the design of it, but the first time I laid eyes on this cosmetic item, I thought to myself, isn't this already in the game? So I went to my vast collection of weapon skins. I've been in this game for a while. And then lo and behold, we have this one. Now, admittedly, they are slightly different, but they essentially just took an existing skin and then made some slight adjustments and then called it good. I like the new version, but it's essentially just a 2.0 of one that we already had. On top of that, for some reason, Ubisoft is fixated on the color brown. You'll notice a theme as I'm scrolling through that a lot of them share that same pattern. Where's your bright yellows, your oranges, your greens, your reds? Why don't they kind of lean more into those brighter colors? I don't know about you guys, but I would love for them to try to add a little bit more color and a little bit more variety when it comes to their design. A lot of them are very basic and bland when we really get down to it, and I would love for them to try to make things a bit more colorful like they were doing in the earlier seasons. Why haven't they designed and created more cosmetics that are similar to Black Ice? A lot of people love that. It's a fan favorite for a reason. People get excited when they find it in their alpha packs. Now, maybe this is just simply because it's no longer purchasable in the store itself, and so you have to get lucky with an alpha pack, and so maybe there's a rarity thing going on. That's why people love it so much. But I think people legitimately just like the way that it's kind of out there. It just looks really cool. It looks really unique and distinctive. Why haven't they done anything like that since then? And so just in general, while I realize that this is very nitpicky, we're talking about cosmetic items in a competitive FPS game where things really don't matter. Like, at the end of the day, what kind of colors or what your weapon skin looks like, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but I do agree with you that things have gone downhill, at least for me. And while I understand that it's completely subjective, people might like the direction that they're going, I might be the odd one out, I wish that they would kind of try something different, but that is just my 2 cents. The next question comes from Blake, and it is, should Ubisoft listen to people's opinions on these leaks for the next 2 seasons? Absolutely not. I know that people are interested in leaks, and I understand the mentality around it because they want to know more about what they can expect in their favorite video game, but to actually expect Ubisoft to listen to criticism based off of information that we don't even know if it's real or not is taking it to a completely different level. What's unfortunate about leaks just in general for any game developer is that these developers are trying to create something special. They want to make something that is exciting for their player base, and they want to keep it a secret so that when it does go live, they can show you the finished product. And so to have something like this come out, we don't know if it's in the early stages, we don't know if it's even going to be something that's going to eventually be added into the game. Things can change. You guys remember when Nook came out? She actually has a cosmetic item on her that indicates that she was supposed to have a completely different primary weapon. But later on in development, they realized that if they gave her that primary weapon, she was going to be too strong, and so they gave her something else, and so that's the reason why she is today. Things change very fluidly in that development cycle, and so to expect that they should then change something based off of the player's feedback because they saw a couple of screenshots online, Like, I don't know about you guys, but that just seems a bit ridiculous. We don't know the backstory. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. This could be something that they don't even really intend. They're just testing. And so, no, I don't think that whatsoever. And while I understand why people seek out this information, they want to know more about their favorite video game, they want to get involved, I think we need to respect the developers, give them the time to actually release the product in a finished state, and then we can give our feedback. If change needs to happen, that would be the appropriate time to do it. The next question is, do you think that Hyperscape is going to last? I sure hope so. I can't even describe how much fun I've been having streaming this game over this last couple of days. Now, I know that some people are saying that it just looks like a carbon copy of something like Apex Legends, but when you really get down and into it, it is its own unique experience. The first time I was able to literally launch myself into the stratosphere, whip out the sniper, and then take out 2 players while falling down from the sky, I knew I was in. I knew I was hooked. This game has an incredibly high skill ceiling, especially when you compare it to other battle royales, and for that, it makes for some very satisfying gameplay. I think the best way of describing it is that Hyperscape mirrors more of old school Unreal Tournament, Quake, or even something like Titanfall, where your traversal and being able to move around the map efficiently and quickly is going to be a skill that you have to acquire and master if you want to be successful. This game is chaos. At the end of the day, it is a chaotic mess, but once you're in the thick of it, it is just so much fun when you finally do come out on top and win a round. Now, the question is, though, will this game last? Does it have staying power? And it's a difficult question to answer. I think that one thing the developers are going to have to overcome is that very high skill ceiling. You're not going to be able to flank someone like in Call of Duty and just take them out instantaneously. You can be the worst player in COD, and as long as you got the flank off, because you can basically melt someone almost in a blink of an eye, there's nothing they can do to react. And so you're eventually going to find success. You're going to have fun with that, even if you're brand new. In Hyperscape, though, that might not be the case. Because of the movement and the weapons requiring a decent amount of practice and skill if you want to be effective, as soon as you go against someone who actually knows what they're doing, they're going to destroy you 9 out of 10 times. It's almost going to seem like there's nothing that you can do about it, and you're just going to get stomped over and over and over again. And so I think a hurdle that the developers are going to have to overcome is maintaining that casual player base. Now, admittedly, they do have some things in the game that does facilitate that. For example, there is a primary weapon that essentially locks on to other targets as long as you're somewhat aiming in their general area. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but because of that fast movement, if you're someone who doesn't have the best accuracy, this is a fantastic weapon to kind of get you introduced into the game. You may not be competitive compared to a lot of other people once they've mastered some other of the weapons in the game, but it kind of at least gives you a leg up. It gives you a chance to get involved. And so it's just nice to see that the developers have acknowledged that this might be a problem and added in some appropriate systems. And so just in general, if you can't tell, I am really enjoying Hyperscape. It's not perfect. The Hexfire is overpowered right now. They've acknowledged that it needs to get a nerf. Slam probably has too short of a cooldown, but I can look past that because at its core, I just think it's a really great take on Battle Royale and a breath of fresh air. And I'm crossing my fingers that they open this up to everyone soon so that everyone can at least give it a try and see what it's all about. The next question is, do you think that we should be able to pick our objectives in casual? Some of the sites are just not viable and it feels like we're being punished for playing. I don't think that is necessary. I understand where you're coming from entirely because you're right. When you get certain objectives, it feels like it's an auto loss, but you are playing quick play. It's not meant to be ultra competitive. I think one of the reasons why it's the way that it is right now is so that when you are new to the game, you actually can learn all of the objectives, all of the sites, and then understand why some objectives are better than others. Not only that, but I think that quick play is just meant to be a more casual experience. It doesn't need to be hyper competitive. It's okay to play on objectives that aren't as viable as others because it results in some moments that you would just simply would not experience in any other mode. Like, you don't play them in rank, so why not try them here? You have to remember that many people playing Rainbow Six Siege, I would actually probably say the majority, are just enjoying the game for what it is. They're casual players. They're not trying to get champion or diamond. They just want to have fun with their friends, and one of those things that facilitates that is having a lot of variety, not only objectives, but also with maps. And so all in all, my recommendation is that if you're not enjoying quick play and you don't want to play ranked, there's always unranked. It's the reason why Ubisoft made that game mode, and I would make the most out of it. But yeah, guys, that is what it for today's episode of Monday Mailbox. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about what we discussed in today's video. Have you been satisfied with the current cosmetic items in Rainbow Six Siege? Do you think that they could do better? Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. As always, if you'd like to submit your own question for an upcoming episode, you can also leave a comment or by sending me a Facebook or Twitter message. But until next time, guys, have a good one and take it easy.